Julius Malema is fallen back on the news for all the wrong reasons. There are now questionable WhatsApp messagings. People were WhatsApping each other. And Julius is now linked to this entire jazz. When Julius came out, you would have thought pure motives the man functions out of. Because did you know? You see that face of trying to threaten people, claiming he will expose everybody? I now have questions about a lot of these things. You remember when the EFF started, they started going around wanting to destroy historical monuments? You remember that? You remember that thing? They claimed it was for us. We're a free nation. Hey, this thing. And like, yeah, it's part of our history. It's not like we don't know what it stands for. Okay? It's a reminder of what tyranny looks like when one side wants to be superior than the other. But they went around wanting to destroy monuments. You remember that? It annoyed me back then, but I didn't know why. But now I think I see. What if this is a paid PR? I'm just saying it's a joke. You know? Maybe the Europeans would say, go destroy. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. We can't even joke. Who does Julius represent? Do you know who Julius represents? They went to parliament. Ever since Julius' party went to parliament, there was never order. Yes, there's wrongs, but they just got there and started disrupting people.
Well, to this now, explosive documents released by the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry in June 2026 revealed that embattled crime intelligence boss Major General Firoz Khan allegedly received political protection from economic freedom fighters leader Julius Malema. Court papers and affidavits detailed leaked WhatsApp messages exchanges between Khan, Malema and tobacco businessman Muhammad Sayed, which outlines coordinated political interventions and the shielding of Khan from disciplinary scrutiny. Investigators revealed that Khan ghost-wrote parliamentary questions for the EFF to target former Police Minister Bheki, while Malema allegedly leveraged his political position to protect Khan from parliamentary accountability.
Wait. Imagine you are ghostwriting. You know, if you hear about ghostwriting president speeches, you know, some of them are written not by them. Right? And then in music, you hear about ghostwriting. He ghost wrote questions in parliament. So even the disruptions. Oh my. That's poetry. That's poetry for you. It's poetry, children of the earth. Vanaba Eve, children of Eve. It is poetry. So you telling me the disruptions possibly have any influence? You don't say. Wow. I know. You know, Julius. The moment this man came out, I said, the devil. I tell you. The devil. That red is not red for nothing. It's red for devil. So the questions, no, I'll play you the rest of it. But the questions, so even the disruptive questions, anyway, goes written. Continue.
The plenary scrutiny. Investigators revealed that Khan ghost-wrote parliamentary questions for the EFF to target former Police Minister Bheki, while Malema allegedly leveraged his political position to protect Khan from parliamentary accountability. For more on this, we're now joined by crime and security expert, Professor Jacob Mufokeng. Professor Mufokeng?
Now, you can go and watch the rest of that video on the SABC News. That's wild. Now, think about the question I asked earlier on. When the EFF... Now, remember, what did the Bible say? I'll come to it. of the day you eat of it, you shall know the difference between good and evil. I'll come back to that. Now, what was reported by the news at the time?
The statue of Paul Kruger in the Pretoria city centre. The party believes the statue is a symbol of apartheid and wants it replaced by one of Winnie Madikizela Mandela. It's given the Tshwane Metro an ultimatum to remove the statue.
You remember that? No, put this, we want this. Put this, we want this. It's part of our history. Part of our history. It means something. They went around, campaigning or disruption. That's all it was. It rose this disruption. You don't destroy history. You store it so that others will know why we do not do that, why we do not advocate that. There were messages, WhatsAppings. There was WhatsAppings going on. You remember, Conrad says you delete. We retrieve. Bazalan, I want to take you straight to this particular Bible portion here. The reason why this verse comes as a very powerful reminder at the moment is that people think of themselves as very honorable people. Even when they're following wrong things, they think of themselves. I remember a lot of Christian people on this channel coming here defending the mandem. That's what the Bible says. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you shall not eat of it. For in it, the day you eat, that thou eatest of it, you shall surely die. And there was this idea that behind eating this idea of dealing with knowledge of good and evil, when you are in a position of knowing wrong and right, so you are well informed, basically, when you become an advocate for one instead of lifting up both, so that those who are less privileged would have the privilege of seeing right and wrong, you start to peddle a narrative to a certain direction. You're doing no different to this. Okay? The day you eat of it, you shall surely die. What does that mean? Judgment. You kill your conscience in that area of wrong. Because now you've allowed yourself to stick yourself towards defending what is wrong. They say, hey, he was using his political position now to represent the people. Nope. No. Going there to represent ghost writings. And then you feel like, yeah, represents us. Good luck. Now, yesterday I made this particular episode where I was talking about how politics will use you for pepper soup. Remember that episode from yesterday? This is what I was talking about. These mandams do not care for you. They only care to strike an area you care about, even if you are wrong. So if you claim hatred, they will portray hatred. There was a very long period where there were these parties that were being formed out of hatred. EFF was one, then Andile, what's his name? That gentleman, he came, he had his own party, black what. It was about land, land or nothing. You remember that party? It formed also the same type of communistic ideas. The WhatsApp group is in, it's kind of becoming very obvious. Over the last couple of months, 12 months, with the whole Matlanga Commission, you would have noticed Julius' name has popped up a lot. Hey, linked over here. Hey, he was visiting this person. Hey, he was doing what? Witness statements. He has pictures with everybody. Yeah, it's high personality. And there was all kinds. He is with everybody. This is the guy right now who's accused of the killing of Witness D. And Julius, is over there. If you remember that whole story that came out, a very sad story indeed. That someone who cares about his country to defend it it is what it is. How is Julius always caught up in all this mix? When the recent extortion thing came up, Julius' name is in there. Hey, he went where he went to. It's all kinds of things. He stands on two fronts. He peddles for who? We've seen an area where man chooses to hold both evil and good, and want to be the one that determines or positions what right is and what wrong is, which is what that whole thing is about. The day you eat of it, you shall know, is that it's man choosing what is evil. Man is choosing what is, instead of having God be the one who ultimately defines good and evil, we want to be the ones that say. That's what that whole thing is about. They got to the parliament, they caused disruption. They went around scaring people, showing up at people's work, all kinds of things, all kinds of chaos. Going around shooting guns, which is very dangerous. But then, they must be excused. The VBS subject came up, I know. Julius even went after the history of Mandela. Julius. They went on a whole campaign after that silly documentary was released. But and I'm like, yeah, what do you want Mandela to do? To side with these people? No. Decision to separate himself from the things that were being done over there. People know he must have. What are you saying exactly? See, it was surely showing itself, but people were refusing. Now, this tells you the evils you are seeing out of the EFF. You see that evil rot that you see there. That evil rot is now showing itself visibly. Now, anybody that supports Julius, you are in support of that evil. Are you any different? Because now you know. You see, before it was easy to dismiss the VBS. We don't know anything about that. The Matanga came up. Everybody saw how crazy this entire thing is. Now, you have this. What do you think now? Pictures with everybody mentioned here and here. The moment Mkwanazi comes up, Julius immediately wants to recruit him for the political party. Julius Mkwanazi was like, hey chief, we have a file for you. We have a file for you. I have no business with. At that point, you are supporting evil. Claim to love your country. When he went to Nigeria, he went there, he said, yeah, we don't want these borders. I said, hey, what kind of a person is this? What does Julius want? He's a globalist, as I've shown before. He's a globalist. Globalists do not want borders. They don't care cross-border. They don't care. They don't care nothing about that. They want just leave it. There is no stability. You do that with your house and see what happens. People only talk like that because it's nice. It sounds politically correct. It's wrong. Your heart is wrong. You're tainted. There's nobody in their right sense who would ask for that. There are very unstable countries out there. Now imagine if there was no borders. The whole world will become unstable. Look at what's happening in Nigeria. The politicians, they don't care about the kidnappings, whatnot, because they are being directly linked. Watch yourself. I say these things because politics, I'm telling you, politics divides people. Politics, it's the devil's work at playing a role down here while he assumes himself absent. And you see, politics gets you to see the problem with the human disease. The human disease handle both right and wrong and still choose wrong. The day you eat of it, you shall surely die. The day you choose wrong, knowing it's wrong, you shall surely die. When you choose it, you know this is wrong. You intentionally choose it. We vote wisely. Sriki, we're done.